as has been expected over the last couple of days, the Chicago Bulls have acquired Lonzo Ball via a sign and trade, with Tomas Satoransky, Garrett Temple, and a second-round pick being the return to the New Orleans Pelicans, which really is not much of a return at all if you're talking about the Pelicans. You're getting a veteran point guard that you don't really care for at all long-term, a veteran guard in Garrett Temple that you don't care about long-term, and a second-round pick. So essentially, they're getting a second-round pick for Lonzo Ball, which of course is better than nothing. But it's not what they would have hoped for, ideally, and they would have got a lot more at the trade deadline had they traded him. But we're not going to talk about the Pelicans too much. We're going to talk about more the Chicago Bulls. So this is a 4-year, $85 million deal. This is going to be a bit over $21 million a season for Lonzo Ball over the course of this contract. And here's what this means for the Chicago Bulls. Firstly, it leaves them only a few million under the salary cap. It's just going to put them at about $110 million in payroll. With the salary cap for the upcoming season projected to be at $112.4 million, they got enough to have the sign and trade work to be under the cap, but they don't really have much more wiggle room outside of that, and so it's, of course, very likely Lauri Markkanen is leaving. They could go over the cap to sign him, but I don't think they want to. I don't think they care to, and so this is kind of the salary scenario that the Bulls have left themselves in. Now, Thaddeus Young's contract is still non-guaranteed. They could get rid of that if they wanted to, but he's a valuable piece of this team, and I think that's someone they will look to keep. That being said, with this deal made, they got their biggest need on the team, which is a point guard. I think that was the thing they needed the most. They needed a playmaker, someone who can give them a little bit of spacing, and Lonzo Ball is the perfect fit for that, and someone who is still quite young in his early 20s and continuing to develop as a basketball player. It also means that Coby White is destined for the bench, which I think is the best spot for him. He'll be the sixth man on this team now. I think that's his best role. He can come in, can be a scorer. He's not naturally the most playmaking first or heavy guard, whereas Lonzo Ball is a much better playmaker than him. And so I think Coby White coming off the bench, being the sixth man for this team, is going to be the best role for him. Whether that's his role long term or at the end of his deal he gets traded or signed elsewhere as an RFA in 2 years remains to be seen. But I think it's a good role for him. I think it's a good role for the Bulls for him. I think it's just as good all around for Coby White, for Lonzo Ball, and for the Chicago Bulls, is what is now going to make them a much more competitive team next season, alongside Vucevic, alongside Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Thaddeus Young, Coby White. This is a good team. This is not a top 10 and Eastern Conference team, but this is a team that is going to be pushing for the playoffs most certainly next season. And there's a lot of teams pushing for the playoffs in the Eastern Conference next season. That's going to make it very interesting. That is my thoughts on the Lonzo Ball sign and trade with, of course, the New Orleans Pelicans. If you guys did enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. I'll be continuing to give my thoughts on everything free agency related tonight, tomorrow, and through free agency as it continues. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if that is something you're interested in. And if you want to hear some of my videos I've already put out on NBA free agency, click the box on the right-hand side of your screen right now, and it'll show you all of the free agency videos I have put out. That being said, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one.